Breaking Mzansi Insider reports. Sentencing proceedings are reportedly underway in the Firearm trial involving South African politician Julius Malema at the regional court in KuGompo City, marking a critical stage in a case that has drawn widespread public attention. The matter has attracted interest from both political observers and members of the public, given Malema's prominent role in national politics. As the case reaches the sentencing phase, attention is now shifting from the findings of the court to the possible penalties that may be considered. Inside the courtroom, legal representatives are expected to present final submissions aimed at influencing the outcome of sentencing. Arguments typically focus on factors such as the nature of the offense, the circumstances surrounding the case, and any mitigating or aggravating considerations. Outside the court, a noticeable presence of supporters, media personnel, and security officials reflects the heightened sensitivity surrounding the proceedings. Authorities are reportedly maintaining order to ensure that the process continues without disruption. As the sentencing phase continues in the Firearm case involving Julius Malema at the regional court in KuGompo City, attention remains firmly fixed on how the court will interpret the final arguments presented by both the prosecution and defense. Legal experts suggest that sentencing in such high-profile matters often depends heavily on how the court weighs personal circumstances against the seriousness of the offense. This stage is therefore seen as crucial in determining the final outcome of the case. The proceedings have also reignited public debate, with supporters and critics of Malema closely following every development. The case continues to generate strong reactions across political and social platforms, reflecting his influential position in South African politics. Security remains tight around the courthouse as officials work to maintain order amid growing public interest. Journalists on the ground are providing continuous updates as the situation develops. A final ruling on sentencing is expected once all submissions have been fully considered by the court, bringing the matter one step closer to resolution after a lengthy legal process. As sentencing proceedings continue in the Firearm case involving Julius Malema at the regional court in KuGompo City, the matter has entered one of its most decisive and closely watched stages. This phase follows earlier court findings and now places emphasis on determining the appropriate sentence, should the court proceed with imposing one. The courtroom atmosphere remains tense, with legal teams fully engaged in presenting their final submissions. The prosecution is expected to argue for a stricter sentence, emphasizing the seriousness of the offense and the broader implications it may have on public trust and accountability. On the other hand, the defense is likely to highlight mitigating factors such as personal circumstances, character references, and any elements that may support leniency. These competing arguments are central to how the court will ultimately balance justice and proportionality. Outside the courtroom, the case continues to attract strong public attention, reflecting Malema's high-profile position in national politics. Supporters and critics alike have gathered in and around the court precinct, creating a highly charged but controlled environment. Media coverage remains intense, with journalists closely tracking every development as it unfolds. Security officials have maintained a visible and structured presence to ensure that proceedings are not disrupted. Access control measures and crowd management strategies have been reinforced due to the sensitivity and visibility of the case. Despite the public interest, authorities have so far managed to keep order intact around the courthouse. As the day progresses, anticipation continues to build over the court's final decision on sentencing. Once all arguments have been heard and considered, the magistrate is expected to deliver a ruling that could carry significant legal and political implications. The outcome will likely influence public discourse in the coming days.